This video will leave you speechless. There is more news concerning the Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit today. And the best part is that XRP Ripple's future has never looked better. XRP will definitely win the lawsuit. This is the greatest positive indicator ever. Experts suggest that if Ripple wins, the price of XRP Ripple coin might go up a lot, possibly to $11,898. That's quite cool, isn't it? Let's do it one step at a time. Disclaimer. Ripple's fight with the Securities and Exchange Commission has been one of the most publicized legal battles in crypto history. XRP has been in the shadow of this war for a long time. This case has been the main story around XRP for years. Every judicial decision or legal change shook up the market. A lot of people thought that winning in court would unlock the token's full potential. Bill Morgan, a well-known crypto lawyer, says that this idea is no longer true. He said in a recent article on X that the Ripple vs. SEC litigation no longer affects the price of XRP. He says that the market has taken the hit. XRP's performance over the last 18 months has not changed much in response to legal news, good or bad. Even big things that happen in court don't seem to have much of an effect on the token's long-term price trend. Morgan's conclusion is shocking, but it's based on facts. He says that even if Ripple won a lot of important cases, the price of XRP stayed primarily related to what was happening in the rest of the market. The courtroom drama, which used to be a big part of speculation and feelings, is no longer as important. The legal uncertainty that used to surround XRP has mostly been taken into account in the pricing. The excitement has died down, and investors are looking at other things. Now, that attention has turned to something far bigger. The possibility of a spot XRP exchange-traded fund getting the green light. Things start to get interesting here. ETFs are financial products that put an asset like XRP into a regulated packaging that you can buy on regular stock exchanges. It's like a basket of fruit. You buy the complete basket instead of just one apple or orange. That means buying exposure to a coin like XRP without having to worry about wallets, private keys, or crypto exchanges. More crucially, ETFs are a vehicle for institutional investors who manage billions of dollars to get into the market in a safer, more regulated way. After the approval of its spot ETFs in early 2024, Bitcoin saw a big rise. Billions of dollars came from wealth managers and big companies into these products. Analysts think XRP might go the same way, especially because the SEC has put forth new guidelines about how crypto spot ETFs, including those that might incorporate XRP, should be disclosed. Steph, a well-known crypto commentator, brought this up on X, showing how clearer rules might be making it possible for XRP-focused ETFs to happen. This new option has given the XRP community new hope. If institutions can buy XRP through a regulated ETF, the way people want it could change suddenly. XRP is no longer just a token caught in Bitcoin's gravitational pull or stuck in the same 4-year cycles. It might start moving based on what it was always created for. Utility. Verson, who is known in the crypto community as the Black Swan capitalist, made that argument. He commented that XRP's price will be low as long as it is linked to Bitcoin and the volatility of the old market. But when legislation breaks that chain, XRP will go up on its own terms, based on what it does, not on excitement or big trends. For a long time, XRP was just about the litigation. Every turn in the Ripple vs. SEC case caused a rise or fall, but the market has grown up. It seems that investors are less interested in courtroom headlines and more interested in whether XRP is creating the infrastructure it needs to be a meaningful asset in global banking. The rise in interest in ETFs shows that things are changing. There are reports that big companies like Grayscale and Franklin Templeton are looking at XRP for future products. This shows that they believe the SEC will eventually give the go-ahead. The change is clear, from conjecture about the law to progress in regulation, from hype cycles to real-world integration. Bill Morgan's analysis does a good job of capturing it. Courts no longer set the price of XRP. It's now about access, or giving big money a route in. If a spot XRP ETF gets the green light, it won't just be another news story. It might be the start of XRP's separation from the rest of the crypto market and the start of a new chapter. One that is not defined by lawsuits, but by usefulness and use. Insane, is that right? But that's only the start. Let's now look at what crypto professionals are saying about the future of XRP. Believe me, you might be surprised to learn that the lawsuit wasn't the major story. There are a lot of new predictions, ETF rumors, and moves by big companies that might affect everything. Let's take it apart. So tweets from well-known people in the XRP ecosystem have made timelines light up with a sense of rising confidence. Aminix's simple yet strong reminder, "We are so early." "We are so early" is like a mantra for many who think XRP's journey hasn't even really started yet. That idea isn't just talk. More and more comprehensive and data-driven predictions from companies like Valhill Capital back it up. Their valuation model of XRP is currently one of the most talked about in the field. Valhill says that XRP might reach $4,813 by 2030 if adoption is vigorous, with a top limit of $9,000. This is based on the Athe and Mishnik model. At first look, these numbers don't make any sense. How could a token that is today worth less than $1 reach thousands? Valhill's approach doesn't depend on normal market indicators like trade volume or short-term speculation. Instead, it sees XRP as a far greater thing, a worldwide store of value and a way to settle financial transactions. If XRP is used a lot for international transactions, especially in high-value areas like banking and institutional finance, the way it is made starts to change. More people and organizations would keep XRP instead of trading it, which would lower the amount of XRP that is available. When you add in rising global demand, you get a feedback cycle that drives value up. Valhill's ideas are cautious. A 5-year adoption window, a stable supply of 56,500,000,000 XRP, and a 10% discount rate. Still, even with these more realistic hopes, the estimates show that growth will happen at an exponential rate. If XRP only handles 10% of the world's daily transactions, the price of $4,813 is a good guess. With a more reasonable global demand of $100 trillion, the model comes up with $908 per XRP. Definitely